There was a group of Christians, and they were having Bible study. They were talking about the resurrection. And they were talking about proofs for the resurrection, and can it be proven? Can we know it? Did it really happen? Are there proofs for it? And there was a visiting bishop that day in their Bible study. And they asked him the question, do you really believe that the resurrection happened? And he said, believe it. Believe it, incredulously. I've seen it too many times not to. So the question that's often asked, do you believe in the resurrection? And then people get into the texts and the creeds and the history and the science for whether it really happened or not, into long discussions about that. And in doing that, maybe missing the most important question. And that question is not so much, what do you believe about the resurrection? But here it is, even more simply and more profound. Do you trust in the resurrection? Do you trust it? Does the resurrection make any practical or discernible difference in our lives today? In your life, in my life? Or is it something that just happened way back when? But what does it have to do with today? It's easy to believe that a resurrection happened. But to trust that it still happens and continues to happen, not just when I die or after I die or at a future point, but each and every day? I think it goes back to understanding what God's job description really is. So what is God's job description? Here it is, I think. It's turning death into resurrection. That's God's job description. That's about all God does. Turns death into resurrection. And I know that you and I have experienced this. How do you explain, and you've seen it and you've witnessed it? You see, that bishop witnessed resurrection in his life continually, in his own life, in the lives of others, when we see people move from fear to love, when we see this life flowing in us that allows us to move from despair to joy, from hopelessness to hope, from hatred and lack of forgiveness to love and forgiveness. It's trusting in God's job description of turning death into life now and forever. So when we begin to believe that, to live that, to trust that, on that day we become Christian. So until next time, may you and I live in this resurrection life, trusting in it and living in it. So until next time, may we live in that all the days of our lives.